Welcome back, ArborAndy. Hope you're having a great morning, day, evening, or night, wherever you may be. Thanks for tuning in. And today we are taking a look at another anti-meta non-legendary Pokemon in the Master League that might bug you, Golisopod. Golisopod is a bug water type Pokemon with a charge move that only costs 10,000 Stardust to unlock, and is also able to resist steel type moves and deal super effective and heavy neutral damage to Pokemon like Necrozma and Solgaleo. It was a ton of fun to run, and to start things up this whole battle week, so like and subscribe and turn notifications on, and let's take a look at this awesome team. So today we've got Hundo Rhyperior in the lead with Mudslap, Breaking Swipe, and Rock Wrecker. Then we've got Primarina with Charm, Legacy Hydro Cannon, and Moonblast. Then we've got Golisopod in the back with Shadow Claw, Liquidation, and X-Scissor. The rating we have for today's team is BABB. I've gone with the double water backline with the Rhyperior Primarina core. It's pretty good. They cover each other's weaknesses pretty well, minus the obvious grass. So on the lead, we are weak to Fighting, Steel, Water, Ice, Grass, and Ground. Covering that with the Water Fairy and Water Bug. Primarina is weak to Electric and Poison, which Rhyperior covers, like the Nihilego or Zekrom. And Grass, of which there is not many in Masters. We just have to watch out for Tapu Bulu, Zarude, and Kartana. Now, Primarina also takes neutral from Steel due to the water typing that resists it, and Sunsteel Strike basically one-shots anything that's neutral anyways, but we can take an Iron Head. Now, like I mentioned, Kartana on lead is a problem, but Rhyperior is actually alright in terms of bulk, and Kartana, let's face it, to be real, it's tissue paper origami that takes neutral from mud slaps. So even Zarude isn't terrible. The Fairy takes care of the dark type. That's where we're running Charm, as the waterfalls would be resisted. So Tapu Bulu can be a problem too. The Grass doesn't resist Rock, so you can run Smackdown on Rhyperior for this reason. It's also good against the Flyers. Just Mudslap is good for the Rhyperior mirror, the mirror match, you know what I'm trying to say, and other steel types. So I usually play the one shield scenario, so I get a Rock Wrecker off on the Tapu Bulu and either deal some heavy neutral damage or we get a shield in return. So I'll shield that as the Grass Knot as well. We also have a bug in the back that we are featuring, obviously. The Golisopod is weak to Rock, Electric, and Flying. The water neutralizes the bug's fire weakness, and the bug neutralizes the water's grass weakness. It is number 66 on pvpoke, but it still has some solid wins, as shown here. The best attribute, I guess, is leading with it, but it looks pretty consistent no matter what position it's in. It's also, as I said earlier, only 10,000 dust to unlock the second charge move, so it's a relatively cheap build that you can actually do decent with in Master League. So surviving on 1 HP, there we've got a couple Hydro Cannons, fire two off at the Landorus, getting both shields in return. As you saw, we did take an Iron Head there on the Primarina. We still got a shield left on the Landorus. Now this Stone Edge is really gonna hurt, but I'm hoping this Liquidation does enough damage, but they swap into Yveltal, and we can get a Rock Wrecker off. Now we can take a Dark Pulse on Rhyperior here. They didn't build up to the Focus Blast, so we're gonna build up a little bit of extra energy just so that we have some for the Landorus coming back in, because I wanted to get it low. Mudslap the Yveltal down, okay, good, and get that Breaking Swipe off the Deny on that Mud Shot, just so we can get it a little bit lower, so that I hope that this Liquidation KOs. We've still got a shield, so this Liquidation coming through. They couldn't just go for the Sandseer Storm, but it KOs, and Golisopod takes that win up against the Landorus. Oh, we've got a maxed out Shadow Palkia already, and it is just the regular one, but it played out the same way. Get to that Breaking Swipe and lower their attack. I know I lose CMP, so you could go for the one extra in this scenario. So you still have to shield up the first one no matter what, and some Palkia throw right away, some don't. So we get a shield back from the Shadow Palkia, and we're able to safe swap into the Golisopod, as Primarina would be our hard counter. Now, because we're a bug, this does bait out a Fire Flyer, but we've got that super effective Liquidation to come back that we don't get the chance of the debuff on. It has a chance of debuff, but we never get it. If they did, that Liquidation would have done a lot more, but we can let them waste some energy here. Tank some energy on Rhyperior because we hard wall it unless they have Solar Beam. So, we're going to throw the settle for the Breaking Swipe for some reason, I guess just to get a little bit lower so we can get some farm on the Rhyperior. We still can tank any one move from this range. It's just going to be the Brave Bird, come back in with that Palkia, and hard wall it with the Primarina. Everything is resisted here, so we don't have to shield a thing. The Sucker Punches are also resisted, but I don't think they have any energy. The Rhyperior is just left in the back. No catch there, so we've got a 4 times effective Hydro Cannon coming through, taking out the Rhyperior, and we're able to charm down the Ho-Oh as well. Coming in late here. Oh, we've got a Master League Dragapult coming in here, so just gonna go straight for that super effective Breaking Swipe and get a shield and swap, also dealing super effective with the Shadow Claws onto the Golisopod. Now we did get the debuff there, so that Shadow Ball still hurts despite the debuff, but everything's resisted here too, as you can see, but the Shadow Claws are actually chunking away, so we're going to shield up this next Shadow Ball, but it's just going to be the Breaking Swipe. Will they make another one? They will not, and the Golisopod takes switch and comes out with some energy for this Zacian. Now, Zacian, again, is sort of rough for this team because they can run Wild Charge for the back and Close Combat for the front, and Play Rough just does a heavy amount of neutral damage all around. So I have to play this, but they come in with the Waterfall Primarina. Can we get to the Rock Wrecker? We should have been swapping out right away, but this Rock Wrecker coming through just about takes out the Primarina, and we're at the 1-to-1s with what's left of the Zacian. So I don't know how much energy they had here. I think they can double Wild Charge, but I wanted to get some Charm damage in just so we can Mud Slap down, because this will be the Wild Charge this time, which will take out Primarina, but because they lowered their defense, Rhyperior Mud Slaps down for the win. So still able to deal with that Zacian here. We've got a good lead. It could go either way. If we just have to shield Sun Steel Strike, we can take a Dark Pulse. So everything here, Mud Slaps are chunking away. Just want to lower that attack with the... But they shield up for some reason, I guess. Just because we might be running Surf or Super Power, so that does a lot of damage as well. So they go full send. I'm just going to farm all the way down and call this as the Dark Pulse. Not much left here. Dark Pulse, yeah, it does okay. So they actually swap out in the nick of time and save the Solgaleo. So fire the Breaking Swipe off right away to try to lower their attack. I mean, because we have such a hard counter, I think we should have just swapped right away. I was tapping because I think I was going to go down anyways, but they don't swap out. So I think, yeah, they did swap out at the last minute, so we were able to hard counter that and come out with a Hydro Cannon for the Ho-Oh. Now that shields are down, we can just let whatever else go. I don't think we're going to make it. Yeah, so we got it hard countered with Rhyperior here. We can come back in with Rhyperior. Now, we will have to shield up a move, potentially, because... Okay, so we do get to that Rock Wrecker. We had a... That's what I'm saying. We should have kept that energy, but we still had a Rock Wrecker and able to Shadow Claw down the Solgaleo. So still had them beat there as Golisopod was waiting for that Solgaleo to come out. Or the Necrozma. So same idea, Steel Psychic. So we got a Ho-Oh in the lead, which is a pretty good lead, and I know that they're going to shield the Rock Wrecker or the Surf. So getting the shield, not getting the debuff, it doesn't matter with that Breaking Swipe. Ho-Oh shielding up that potential Solar Beam, because Solar Beam is 4 times effective, and it still one-shots Rhyperior from full health. So, like, that's why it's just being very cautious there. I wanted to get at least another Rock Wrecker off or another shield, so let me know in the comments. Have you guys been Solar Beamed by a Ho-Oh before? It's pretty annoying, because the rest of your team, I mean, we've got Golisopod to handle it, but the charms are resisted against Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh with 2 shields is pretty scary. So we've got Dialga Origin here. We can still take an Iron Head from either Dialga. We can still win that in the ones. I don't think they make another one. Getting a little bit scared. They're cautious though, so I don't want to take another Iron Head. That means I'd have to shield. Because then we've got Yveltal in the back. The Sucker Punches are still adding up despite being resisted on Primarina. Primarina is not the bulkiest. So I'm going to let that go because they're, throwing when we have like 5 HP. So I'm going to come in with the Golisopod is what we're showcasing and maybe try to catch an Oblivion Wing on Rhyperior. So the X-Scissor here is still neutral because of the Dark taking super effective and the Flying Resist. So I think I can farm down from this range, shielding it up correctly, and the Ho-Oh in the back. Gonna throw Liquidation here just so we can maybe get it into Mud Slap down range, and they'll have to throw if they want to win, but they didn't make it, and Rhyperior will be taking out the Ho-Oh and Mud Slapping down the other flyer for the win. So Rhyperior on an absolute tear here as well. We do get that 5-0, It was extra battle at the beginning, some more Arbor content, getting that Phantom was just so I could fill in the video with some information to start with here. So I know we already have a Trevenant built for every league, but it's always good to have those extra XLs laying around. It's actually helped me rank up. Did drop a little bit, but getting that 22-23, and we've got another set for you coming right up. This team is pretty fun to run. We've got in the next match Rhyperior up against a Togekiss. So they could have Aura Sphere instead of Flamethrower here, so we're still going to bait, I think, build up to 2 breaking swipes. Try to lower that attack so that Aura Sphere doesn't do as much, but they actually catch on the Garchomp. And they instantly surrender because Primarina, I guess they had Togekiss Double Dragon and didn't want to see that. So Rhyperior against Zacian on the next lead, gonna bait with the Rock Wreckers. The Rock Wrecker still does a lot of damage here. Gonna show the potential play rough, or sorry, close combat, which I did correctly. And because they've lowered their okay, I catch on a Dialga. So again, another pretty good thing to happen because we can actually not play the down a shield, so we don't have to shield up this Iron Head, and I don't think they'll make another one. They threw on alignment. We're able to farm down and still take switch with saving a shield. Not having to go down 2 shields is great. Should have gotten that Moonblast here to potentially lower their attack because they're going to shield it anyways. We're not going to get to another one. Okay, we do. They over farm. I think they're just building up to back-to-back close combat so that they have 2 ready to go for the Rhyperior. But they are shields down now, and I know that they're going to do this, so I'm reading them like a book, shielding the first one and catching the second, reading the opponent like a book onto the Golisopod where it is resisted, and we're able to Shadow Claw down, but they bring in a Yveltal. So Yveltal has to Oblivion Wing us, but not before we try to lower their defense with the... No, it does not. So of course it doesn't. Then this X-Scissor would have done more. We're not getting the debuff. We're 0 for 0, or 0 for 10 on the debuffs today, so we get farmed down. And I know 2 Dark Pulses might be close to KOing here. Do they have Focus Blast? They do not. And we lose CMP on the second one, but I threw it when they threw the first one, so we lost CMP to the Yveltal twice on the same move. It doesn't make any sense. Niantic, fix your frickin' game, because we would have been able to win that match and farm down if we did. We got a Genesect on the next lead here. I think it's oh, fire. I couldn't see. I mean, it was all red, so it's shiny, and with the red, does it have a fire? Not too sure, so I'm shielding up that Magnet Bomb correctly. That would have done a ton of damage to Rhyperior. We're going to try to catch a second one on the Golisopod, but we fail. But does Genesect throw something resisted? So whatever that was, Golisopod resist. Bad match for them, and they end up swapping into a Lugia. Now, Lugia, this is a terrible matchup here. Oh, we do! So we're 1 for 11 on the debuffs here on the liquidation. Dropping that defense, getting the shield from the Lugia here. So they still would have survived a X-Scissor because they're flying still. Psychic takes super effective, but yeah, that liquidation did actually a lot of damage. We've got one ready to go, so we don't have to take an Aero Blast or a Hydro Pump on Rhyperior here, but it doesn't KO. Lugia living on 1 HP in a dream, going for the Aero Blast, and that was a visual glitch because we swapped into the Primarina right when Rhyperior caught it, so it got us deep into the yellow there, and we snipe with a Charm. It's a good thing we do because there is a fire in the back. Now, Rhyperior is like getting kind of low, so I'm going to let this go, but they full send the Brave Bird, and we still get the Hydro Cannon off. Will this take out the Ho-Oh? But they catch on the Genesect, my goodness. So, good play on the opponent here, and we're not even close to a Rock Wrecker. But we've still got a shield, so they can't store back-to-back moves here. Can we make that Rock Wrecker? Yes, we can. Rhyperior is not finished, but we'll be finishing this matchup, taking out the Ho-Oh. Hopping into the next one here, we've got Rhyperior and a Ho-Oh. We got a good lead. So yeah, these Mudslaps, again, are resisted because of the Flyer, but we can tank anything they have. So getting the Breaking Swipe off, trying to lower that attack, getting a shield. And we are going to shield potential Solar Beam because they build up a lot of energy, but I don't think they have it. So throwing bad timing there. Could have thrown one more Mudslap. I thought it was CMP. However, we do get a shield. So able to survive that, and we can tank any one move as seen before from the Ho-Oh here. Brave Bird not doing a lot of damage, and wait for that swap. So we swap into the Primarina because the Zygarde comes in. Now, Earthquake is going to hurt here. But I think we can tank one, but it's the Hyper Beam, but we still survive. We're not even close to KO. We're still a little bit in the yellow, so we get a Hydro Cannon off, and I think we're able to farm all the way down here. Okay, no, so they're not before they get a crunch off. This will not be taking out the Primarina, and they go down to that Charm. Primarina hanging on 1 HP in a Dream, but the Ho-Oh gets some farm. Does not matter, however, we've still got the Rhyperior with the Rock Wrecker ready to go. No catch, hopefully. I didn't see one. Ho-Oh goes down, and Golisopod versus Zacian. Now this is, again, kind of scary to see in the back because Wild Charge hurts, and Zacian gets through it so quickly with these quick attacks. But I think they're just opting for the one here. They do have the Play Rough, so they don't, maybe they don't have it, or just realize that maybe it's just more energy efficient. We're gonna get to this liquidation, try to lower their defense, and we get it! So all we have to, okay, so we're gonna let this go in case they have 2 Wild Charges. There's one. We hopping into our final match. Bro comes in with a coughing. What? Did you click the wrong league, my friend? My goodness. So that gets our 4-1 there. Getting some free wins in the Master League with this team as well. And getting a Phantom again. Let's go. So we're 2 for 2 on the tree catches for the GBL rewards. But Golisopod in the Master League was a ton of fun to run. Another viable at a pick that still puts up a fight to some of the heavyweights, makes for some awesome battles. What do you guys think? Have you tried Golisopod, XL Golisopod, or want to try it out in the Master League? And if so, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on because there will be much more Pokemon Go content to come. Actions like subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing go a long way to boost my videos into the algorithm and notifies you when I upload a new video. Until then, I've got lots more spicy anti-meta comments on my channel to check out in the meantime too, which also helps. Don't forget to join the Discord where you can get help from other like-minded PvPers in the community, chat, hang out, stream some sets, post some memes, and just have fun in a welcoming community where everyone helps each other out. We might be straight out of TMs, but we are not straight out of merch. Check out my site with lots of hats, tees, hoodies, mugs, or phone cases with the ArborAndy branding. This helps me out too, as we are not yet monetized, so check it out, see if anything piques your interest. But that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you again so much for watching and supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. But until next time, keep your sticks on the ice. I've been ArborAndy, and I'll see you buds in the next one.